Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I have a late update to That's So 2000s. This is a project band created by Samar based on the 2000s. It was created in collaboration with the Fantastic Ladies Facebook group, so I will have everything linked down below. Typically, we do our updates on the 16th of every month, but I'm a little bit behind. It's been a little bit stressful, honestly, and there's been a lot going on in my personal life, but I made time today, so we are doing it. I grew up in the 90s, but my middle school and high school years were in the 2000s, so these prompts are super nostalgic for me. And I just know I had to join this third round of That's So 2000s. It does end next April in 2025, so we have quite a few months left, but I do have rollouts this month. So if you're excited, keep watching. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do mostly painting content, and I hope you subscribe before you leave. Typically work on 5 items at a time. So the first thing I was working on was for the prompt My Super Sweet 16, and that is something that I got as a gift. I rolled in this set from Beetles. It's gel nail polish and it's 6 shades. As always, I will have the swatches on the screen from the brand, and I wanted to use each shade once. So I'm kind of moving a little slower than I thought I would on this, to be honest. This has been it rolled in, I think, the July update, and this past month I've used it one more time, so I've used 5 out of the 6, so I have not completed this goal again, and I'm annoyed. I thought this was going to be super quick, honestly. So I am going to be rolling in something like in addition to this because I only have one more and I do need to do my nails, so I will for sure either use this tonight or tomorrow. So I'm going to be keeping this in, but I am rolling in a prompt to kind of replace it so I can start working on another prompt. The second was the Princess Diaries, and that is for something you loved before it was popular. Something else that I'm slacking on, a Tree Hut Sugar Scrub. I just really need to stop putting these in projects because I'm terrible at using these up like at a relatively quick pace. I don't think I use very much of this compared to other panners because they get through these a lot quicker than I do. But last update I had 4 uses and I've used it twice since the last update, so I have 6 uses total, and I do want to finish this, but obviously it's not finished. This is where I'm at. It's really hard to tell. And I'm pretty sure the 2 times I did use this was just on my arms because I'm really lazy in the shower. So I don't use that much product when I use it, so I just need to get the show on the road with that product. The third prompt was Since You've Been Gone, and I love that song so much. I know every word. Yes, I do. And that is for a product you can't wait to get out of your collection. And if you're familiar with me, I'm not a super fan of warm tones, and I have been trying to finish this lip liner from Dominique Cosmetics. It's a very warm lip liner, and I just cannot wait for it to be done. So I want to finish it in this project, and the last update I had 6 uses, and this is where it was at. I do have line markings for this in my book, but I've used it 9 more times, and I don't think it moved last update, but it for sure has moved since then, which I'm very happy about. But this is what it's looking like. I have the smallest amount left. I have been putting this all over my lips. I have not been just using it as a lip liner. I fill in my lips every time I use it. I do have it on today, but I have another lipstick topped over it, so I will swatch this. It's super creamy, so I don't know why it's going so slowly. I might use this as a bronzer, and I will not like it because it's so warm. I just want to get it done. I have to have this done before the end of the year to meet my 2024 goals. So next update, this will be an empty for sure. The next prompt was for Bratz dolls, and that is something that exaggerates your features. I rolled in 2 contour powders that I franken, and I kind of wanted to compare them next to each other. So these are in 2 different packages. One is in an old Fenty bronzer powder compact, and then the other is in an hourglass compact. And as you can see, they have a couple different, or 2 different undertones. This one's a little more green. And I just wanted to kind of compare the 2, get 5 uses out of each of them, and see which one I like better. Honestly, they both work really well for me. This is more like a shadow, and this is more kind of like a cool tone bronzer. So I think they do have maybe 2 different uses. I might continue calling this as a bronzer and this as a contour. But this is the one I have on today, so I don't have any cream contour on either. So this is what you see like down my nose, kind of in this area, and as my cheekbone contour. I did just roll this in to my Pan for Walt Disney project as well to continue working on this, so I might like this one a little better as a contour, and this one's more like a bronzer for me. But they are rolling out, and I'm just happy that I got some use out of those Franken contours. The very last prompt I was working on was Cheetah Girls, and that is any animal print. So I rolled in one of my magnetic palettes that has single eyeshadows in, and I wanted to use this No Pan Left Behind. So this is what the palette looks like. These are all of my Pretties for Your Face single eyeshadows, and I wanted to do No Pan Left Behind. I have not completed that yet, but I will have a graphic on the screen showing you which shades I've used. I think I've used more than half of them, especially because I used 2 today. I've used this shade. Yeah, this is on my lid, and then this is also like on the very center of my lid. I just realized I forgot to put anything on my inner corner. I would have put this on my inner corner probably, but I did not. I forgot. I've been loving giving these some love. I will have looks on the screen where I've used them. And yeah, this is staying in as well. So I'm rolling in 3 new prompts. I did randomize before I filmed because I just need to do that. And the first prompt in like numerical order was frosted tips. Very 2000s. That is just when like mostly boys have like spiked hair and they bleach the tips of their hair. So for that is something frosty or icy. So I'm going to roll in a highlighter, and I think it's like my most icy highlighter, at least my powder highlighter. It's from Becca, and it is the Vanilla Quartz shade. This is very, very icy in my opinion. This is what it looks like. I did have to repress it because this was decluttered to me, and when I received it in the mail it was shattered, so I did repress it, and this is it here. Very beautiful highlighter. I think, you know, the winter time is going to be the best time to use this, so I just want to get let's do 10 uses on that. And then in numerical order, the next prompt I got was Converse, an everyday item. And there's a few things that I use every day. Of course, like moisturizer I use every day, but I'm working on a moisturizer, and an SPF I'm working on in a different project. You know, I could have done like an eyebrow product, but I honestly am running out of eyebrow products. I used an eyeshadow as my eyebrows today, so I decided to roll in my setting powder. I use this every single time I do my makeup because my T-zone gets pretty oily. So my only setting powder now is my Wet n Wild translucent. You can't really tell because it's wearing off. But I did have this in a different project semi-recently. But of course, I've been working on it since. I'm trying to tap it. So this is where it was at in the last project, and this is where it's at now. So I've definitely using it every day. Here's the last marking, and now it's here. I feel like, I guess let's just put it in to finish. Let's just track how many days it will take to finish this. I don't think it will be done by next update, but possibly in the January update. And then the last prompt that I'm rolling in is for Shrek. Love that movie. Oh, I didn't comment on the Converse. So if you didn't know, Converse are shoes. They were very popular in the 2000s, but I never owned any Converse. I still don't. But they were like the everyday shoe for a lot of people. My husband has a pair of Converse. Yeah, I was not one to follow trends. I still am not. And they're too expensive for me, to be honest. I get my shoes from like Goodwill. So yeah, I did not follow that trend, but that's why it's an everyday item, because like literally everyone had Converse. And then for Shrek, love that movie. One of the best movies that came out of the 2000s, in my opinion. And that is for a layered or stackable product. And I forgot to grab that. So, but if you didn't know, like in the movie, they talk about how ogres have layers. They're like an onion. You have to peel back the layers. So I thought that was a really like creative prompt for this movie. And I will have to go grab my item right now because it's in my purse. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to be rolling in my foundation powder. This is in my purse because I use it as like touch-ups throughout the day, but I honestly don't use it that much. So it doesn't have like a ton of wear. Hopefully you can tell that it doesn't. I didn't even say what this is. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. I have the shade 10 Porcelain. You can't see it, but it's right there. So this is actually a really decent match for me when it's blended out. It does have pretty good coverage, so I have used this just as my only foundation before, like with concealer. So I might get some use out of it that way, but I'm just going to put a 10 use goal on this. I almost did a hit pan, but that's going to take quite a few months because I don't use it on a regular basis. But, you know, it needs to get some love, and I might use it like as my foundation a couple of days. So, yeah, 10 uses for that. So that's it for my update. If you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up. And like I said, if you're not subscribed, I hope you do so before you leave. I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.